Hello, hi, this is Robert from the Game Academy. Listen, I'm speaking out loud. I think that, in a way, this video I'm recording now, I probably should have made it about 2 years ago when the Game Academy started. But so far, everyone has managed somehow, or those who haven't been doing well have just stayed quiet. We have almost 2,000 people in the Game Academy, and I'll tell you that some of them, they just don't quite get all of this. And I mainly dedicate this video to them. You're absolutely not worse off. Don't think that way, because sometimes you write to me in emails that you don't want to ask about something because you might feel a bit weaker or don't understand something. No, everything is okay. You are the most intelligent unit because you pressed the button check and you checked out what's really going on inside this academy. You can see for yourselves that what's happening here is very enjoyable and translates into winning money. Listen, to keep this from taking too long, I'll say it in a nutshell. Every person who comes in, a new person who joins the Game Academy, purchases access, receives a lot of materials. A lot of materials. There really is a lot of all this. See, once you're logged in, when you purchase access, the system automatically creates an account for you. You receive your access details in your email almost immediately. It all happens within a few minutes. You log in and on your account, access, for example, to OnePass Premium. You go into OnePass Premium, and here you have, as you can see, a lot of various information. You have a secret mailing which consists of several dozen different parts. You have fishing rods. You have a set of 10 rods. So there really is a lot of all this. At level 2, there's even more. So what am I going to tell you now? I'll tell you one thing. You can already see that by entering the Game Academy just after reading the first materials. It completely changes the way you think. How do I know this? Because you often send me emails. Already after 1 day, after 2 days, I get emails from you saying, wow, I didn't expect this. I didn't expect it because we also have many women with us. Warm regards. The fairer sex. Listen up. And you get buried under such a whole handful of information, these rods, schemes, patents, and various other things. You get access to dozens of pages, and I have the impression that many of you just don't know what to do. So, let me explain. First of all, master your emotions, unhealthy emotions. Don't get too fired up, don't get too excited. You'll achieve everything, step by step. Go through those materials, make sure to get a notebook, something to write with. You need to have this. Without it, you'll just fail. Without this, the whole group, 1900-something people, will be playing a certain team, even from Brazil, and you'll still be on Signal. He was asking us the question, what to play. So you need to have something to write with. That's an absolute must. You have to. When you read the secret emails, there are a lot of valuable materials there. You need to somehow note down the most important things. Once you study it, that's all. So take your pick or read on Signal, because we write all the time about what at the moment allows you to earn the most money. As you know now, for example, right now, the most money we can make is 1.5 goals. And let go of that way of thinking you had before, where you were encouraged to bet on high odds, to, try to be a big shot and hit odds of 360 or 4. Let go of that way of thinking. We care about one thing. We have one single goal: to win money, whether we hit it at odds of 1.05 or whether we hit it at odds of machines. For us and your wallet, it really doesn't matter at all. It's important that the lady at the counter, as I sometimes say in a simple way, hands out the bills. And believe me, I go to that place regularly and the lady hands me money regularly, and I've seen those 100 Zloty bills many times, and sometimes even 200 Zloty. And in none of them, listen, in my 20 years of playing, have I ever marked that, for example, I won 200 złotych at odds of 250. So don't let yourself be taken in by those tricks. Go through all that material just like I said. Write down the most important things that you need to pay attention to this and that. Choose something for yourself. Like right now, it's the 1.5 goals strategy. Stick to one of those strategies, that one method, and write down the first, for example, 3, 4, or 5 bets on a piece of paper or in a notebook. Don't play them for money. Write it down or send it to us on Signal. Write, "Hi, I'm new. I'd like you to take a look and throw us those bets." Because as you can see, as you've probably noticed, there's this cool thing about people that, and now I'm going to refer back to the diet. Once I was with this very, very wise man from Jaworsno. He had, listen, photos with Bill Gates at his home having lunch. Really a mega brain. And I remember how he laid out the keto diet for me. And he explained to me that I need to start with the first 2 days of fasting to get rid of that sugar from the liver. That I need to drink some bulletproof coffee to get into keto. I generally have to eat below 30 grams of carbohydrates every day. And he laid out exactly what I should eat. And you know how I reacted. Well, I reacted, as I say to myself, a bit like that. Of course, in quotes, like a typical simpleton. When someone tells you to drink mineral water, soon people start asking, on different diets, can you drink Lipton iced tea? And that dietitian says, no, you can't. And I asked that man various silly questions too. I have to admit, well, totally ridiculous ones. I think I started with keto in May, and I totally recommend it. It's amazing. You feel phenomenal, really. When you cut out sugar, you'll stop eating all those macros and so on. You'll see what happens to your body. It's just unbelievable how much energy a person has, how much of that, well, it's beyond words. And June began. And the season for my favorite broad beans has started. And I wrote to that dietitian, can I eat this from the shelf? Can I eat that? Can I eat this and that and also that? And finally, he got angry and replied to my email. Mr. Robert, I clearly wrote to you what you should eat, and you shouldn't eat anything outside of that list. Please don't write to me about cabanos or any other things. You shouldn't eat that. I'm thinking, damn, I made a fool of myself. Indeed. That's how people operate. If it's Mr. Stanisław's fishing rod, then it has specific rules. If you stick to these rules, you'll be winning money. If you start modifying something that I've tested for at least a year, then you'll be losing. If I say that, the life rod must have such and such rules, it must meet such and such criteria for you to enter the game and have a chance to win. And then suddenly you make an upgrade and change that. You won't win, you'll probably be losing, and only after a while will you realize, damn. This Robert was right, however, about what he was checking. It works for a year, and it's the same, listen, with everything. You need to choose one fishing rod for yourself. And polish that one fishing rod. Don't go all out with everything. I call it like Rambo. You take the gun and you just shoot blindly. No. Choose one fishing rod and stick to that one. The only fishing rod. Once you stick to that one single fishing rod, you'll be picking your tickets, just like I showed the guys today. For example, on the signal from early in the morning, I got up around 9 o'clock. Around 10, I saw that they were getting ready on that signal, again debating what to play, what not to play. Someone was saying that a certain match just isn't working for them. And as I start to look closely at how these people play, it turns out that they usually play what they shouldn't be playing. That's usually how it is. Or there are still a few people who don't understand the basics. Well, I don't know. Just the very basics. That when you flip a coin, sometimes you'll get tails, another time it's heads. But if you flip that coin 1,000 times, there will be sometimes it lands on heads and sometimes it lands on tails. Some people have it somehow coded in their brains that they want heads to come up all the time. They would like to keep winning all the time. There are plenty of weekends at the Game Academy where from morning till evening, people are writing, I hit it. Wow, I hit it. Another ticket. Green. I hit it. Wow. Mr. Robert, awesome. Mastery. Cool. I hit it. Robert, I hit it. Bam. This one hit. That one hit. 2005, 715. And suddenly a weekend comes where a few surprises happen titled, I don't know, today it's probably Salzburg 1.1, right? Is there some other meeting, I think, today? The guys played Osasuna. I think they played Osasuna against Getafe, and suddenly, from what I saw, Osasuna got a red card and Getafe won. Well, listen, this is sport. And they sit there even though they had a great previous weekend. They usually sit. They're all day on that signal and start to wonder what happened that Osasuna lost today. And they try to find some kind of answer that satisfies everyone. Such an answer, I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I have no idea what they're talking about. They're generally trying to figure out what happened that the match didn't go their way. Why did someone who had such a strong advantage not win? Why? And I think to myself, man, this is just crazy. What do you need those people for? Why are they even wasting so much time? Having those tricks, those patterns, those tools, it's all incredibly simple. It's not easy for those people who want to take shortcuts. They didn't go through it carefully, or they just skimmed through it. I know what people are like because unfortunately I can be like that sometimes. I bought myself a course, quickly checked the topics that interested me the most, and the rest just skimming through, and then something like this comes up, right? No, Robert, no, you paid over 1,000 zlotys for this. Come on, don't be so manic. And I'm watching these films one by one, taking notes and so on. So I suspect it's exactly the same here. And listen, I got up at 9. At 10, I went to this signal. I see that these guys are getting confused. They're trying to play 15 of those fishing rods at once again. That's not how you play, which is why I recorded this film. The less you play, the better your results. It really works like that. I created one little bet in just 5 minutes this morning. Take a look. That one little bet I created, that was the one. Yes, that was the bet. Look, 5 minutes. It took me a while to choose according to the fishing rod. Strom's good, Villarreal Sosnowiec Kalisz. Chop, 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 2.35 to the cash. Stress-free. Zero stress. The matches were supposed to go in, and they did. Thank you, goodbye. Just like I wrote this morning. And now with the family to the forest for mushrooms. Actually, not for mushrooms, but just to walk in the woods because I love it. I love the smell of the forest. I love walking in the woods. For me, it's just amazing. And still with the family. World Championship. So someone threw out the idea, all right, so this bet, okay, I put it together, but how do I use fishing rod number 1? So I wrote it down in order that there is the first team. Austria has this thing where they play against someone, Fjelsdorfer or someone like that, and I say, listen, we're not betting on this match. Why? Because there are no direct matches. One of the rules in the academy of the game is if there are no direct matches, you don't touch that match. Why? Because you don't know how those teams will play against each other. You have no idea. Some forecasts, some predictions, where someone has never played against someone else, it's like, a coin toss. And that's why I say, yes, we should theoretically bet on 1.5 goals for that match, but we're not betting on it because they've never played against each other. And it could end in different ways. It ended 0-0. So we saved some money. Later I said that I'm skipping Fiorentina because Fiorentina is such a strange team, Italian underleague, so I'm not playing. It was around the 90th minute or so, I think, or the end of the match, they scored to make it 2-0. All right, it worked. But I don't regret that it worked out. I have my own rules. I didn't play further. I mentioned Africa because it's an underleague. I didn't play any of those teams because it's an underleague. So when I play plus 1.5, I'm not aiming for underleagues. No, because I would be aiming for my own back. and we chose within 5 minutes. Another bet from fishing rod number 1. The effect, take a look at. I'll show you right now. Here you go. Viking, Mialbi, Austria Vienna, and Corona Kielce, 289, 235 is mine. Later, together in quotes, 2.21. Thank you. That's the end. And I'm heading to the forest. And I went to the forest. And now it's evening. I'm recording this film for you so you can see how it should work. And as I said, it's not like I'm a smart aleck now just because I've hit it big. I've got some wins and I'm going to act all clever. No. This is a path. I call it a path. If I'm betting on 1.5 goals, I'm opening up my path. So, I write it down in my notebook. Bet sleep, September 18th, 1.5 goals. The stake is 200 zloty. I'm placing a bet like this. If this bet hits, that's 3, 3, and 200, and I can go buy something for the kid. Lego bricks. If this bet doesn't hit, then the next bet will also be on 1.5 goals. Also with the odds somewhere around 2, I'm obviously betting a bit more to make up for, in quotes, to make up for the one that didn't hit. Usually the second one hits. If the second one doesn't hit, which rarely happens, then the third one definitely hits. And that's how it looks. There's no magic here. The problem for a lot of people in the gaming academy, I mean maybe not a lot of people, I misspoke because out of 1900 people there, the problem might be with maybe 10. I see that these people sit from morning till evening. From morning till evening. They don't realize it. They don't suspect that they're already mentally exhausted, that tracking that flash score, minute by minute, checking who scored. When I can see how you all are going through it. 89. Oh God, it's not going to hit. It hit. Wow. In a moment, 92. Another goal. Oh Jesus, it's not going to hit anymore. Suddenly, bam, another one at 94. Hey, isn't it a waste of your health? Really, isn't it a waste of your health? Apparently, mental health is priceless. You have to behave like robots. Grab onto some kind of fishing rod, some kind of scheme, and just stick to it. Really? Then you'll have phenomenal results. Look, my weekend is amazing. I have 1 coupon left in the game. For now, it's going in. If it hits, then I have another great weekend. What am I doing tomorrow? Am I getting up early tomorrow at 5 a.m. to check what's available to bet on? No. If coupon number 3 hits, I'm going to have what you guys call a chill. The youth say, chill? 1, 2 days, total chill. I don't go to the offer. I don't look. I don't browse. I don't search. I don't analyze. I don't type. I don't look for these patents and so on. Chill. Total chill out for the psyche. To rest. To also have time to console myself with these winnings. So that it's not like this. Robert, I won by 1 in the morning, damn, 4,000. But at 3 in the morning I played Houston some there in the MLS and it didn't work out for me, damn. And I played for everything. Listen, what to do? No, it's a tragedy, a tragedy. I don't want to have a roller coaster. I don't teach at this academy for us to have an emotional roller coaster. I want you to have days just like the one I showed you this morning. You wake up. Nothing hurts. You wake up in the morning, you're lucky, and I am too for now. For older people, apparently everything hurts later on. So we wake up in the morning, well rested, having had enough sleep, nothing hurts, we sit down, and we take a bet on 1.5 goals. Bang, 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 bang. We check, we play. Thank you. Goodbye. We're shutting down the computer and we're heading to the woods. We go on a trip, we go to the cinema. We're dealing with something completely different. In the evening we come in, we look shrin, green. It really works like that. I've gone through that many times. When I was sitting from morning till evening on Saturday, those were the results. I was weak because I was already grabbing at everything. Did you see the rugby yesterday? 1, 2, 3 to the cash register. Carefree? Completely carefree. And I encourage you not to sit from morning till evening just going through the materials, especially if you don't understand something So write on the signal or email me at info@zakademia.pl. Well, that's exactly what it's made for. So that you win. I don't want someone on the other side who's totally frustrated, losing their hair and writing to me like they did today. Someone wrote, "Damn, I missed another match." I see a guy, for example, playing a hitting league, and I'm thinking, well, dude, you're just shooting yourself in the back, so how is that supposed to work for you? Well, that's not going to work for you, obviously. It's like predicting today's Atletico versus Real match. Well, who predicts a match like Atletico versus Real? Well, that's crazy, isn't it? It's obvious that anything can happen in a match like that, so we don't play those kinds of matches. We don't expose ourselves to unnecessary stress. Hold on to those rods, basketball is coming up soon, and then hockey, and it'll be over in a minute. We're going back into winter, and do you remember what the football results are like in winter? Total loterie. So we'll skip football and focus on hockey and basketball. Especially, it's all thought out. There's no coincidence here. So make the most of those 1.5 goals while you still can, while there's still money to be made. Don't analyze it. If one match didn't go your way, don't stress over it like it's the end of the world. Draw your conclusions and put those bets on Signal. The guys will give you some tips. You see how many people are sitting there constantly winning money? I'll tell you more. Those who win the most aren't even there at all, or they don't say a word. Really? Take care. All the best. Feel free to ask any questions. Write to info@academia.pl. Hi.